Hell Let Loose, a game that I put several hundred hours into. I enjoy it. You know, it's a basic game. I enjoy playing it with friends, and, you know, of course, I love playing squad leader, tactician, making garrisons, and, you know, giving my teammates the ability to make a good flank or an assault on an objective. All right, let's hear what the Hell Let Loose dev team had to say. We would like to start by saying thank you to the more than 350,000 players who joined us throughout the Hell Let Loose Vietnam Open Beta, as well as everyone who took the time to share their feedback with us. Over the course of the weekend, we love seeing your clips, screenshots, stories, and discussions across social media, Discord, Reddit, and our feedback survey. We were also thrilled to see so many of our war correspondents, content creators, and community members sharing their experiences with others. We want Hell Let Loose Vietnam to deliver the best possible experience for players on both PC and console. Following intensive internal testing, coupled with open beta feedback, we've identified several areas where additional development time will allow us to deliver a stronger launch experience. As a result, we've decided to delay the launch of Hell Let Loose Vietnam to August 13th. I just want to give a shout out to them for doing that, because they realized that their game isn't quite ready. Instead of giving you a broken product, they're going to take a little bit of extra time and they're going to get it right. So when it launches, it's a better base. And, you know, of course, there's always going to be problems. You know, when a game launches like this, they're going to have little hiccups that they're going to have to patch and fix and correct. It's good that they're going to take the time to try to line out all the bugs that they discovered so we can actually play, you know, a polished game. The beta was all right. You could easily tell there's a lot of flaws. I changed a lot of keybinds, you know, trying to get used to what I'm used to with Arma, you know, my ping button and melees, and I changed some keybinds. And I noticed if I changed both keybind settings, because it gave you two options for some of the settings, it didn't even really change. It stayed to whatever their default setting was, even though it showed you changed it. So you'll see a little bit in this footage. I was trying to ping and I kept meleeing and it was just a pain in the butt. So there are some flaws. It isn't crisp 100% yet, but they're getting there. And to be honest with you, I did go America at first. I wasn't really flown with it because, you know, I'm not using helicopters. I'm not flying helicopters on Hell Let Loose. I don't plan on it. And I did understand what the trade-off was going to be for the Vietnam side, the Vietnamese. And then I realized I had to go do another training. I didn't like this. I had to go do a training. I joined a match, tried to be squad leader. I didn't complete the training for squad leader, so I had to go do that in the menu, do the little training, and then I could be a squad leader. And then I learned that, you know, we can do tunnels now. So what your tunnels do is they connect to your garrisons. And if you played Hell Let Loose, you know what garrisons are. Your team can spawn on them. Now, the Vietnamese, they can interact with the garrison if a tunnel is connected, and they can teleport to where that tunnel is and use it as like a garrison. Now, the downfall to it is if you're traveling in the tunnel, you know, flanking to that tunnel, and an enemy digs it down and collapses the tunnel, everyone who's traveling in it dies. But it's a great trade-off, you know, the hit and run guerrilla warfare attack. So I did mess with my settings there for a while, and then I went America. Of course, you know me, if you watch any of my Arma videos, we are gonna go be Op 4. We're gonna be the bad guys. We like, you know, giving the LARPers a challenge. And that's exactly what we did. So I'm gonna give you some ASMR footage of just some, you know, the sound, some action shots, shooting at things. And of course, I'm going to do some voiceovers and point out some of the things I noticed while playing. And just kind of, you know, I ain't going to nitpick, but, you know, I'm just going to give you my opinions on things. Obviously, it's Vietnam. It's the jungle. There's going to be, you know, bushes, foliage everywhere. And of course, no suppressors. Helicopters are loud. Noises are loud. This game mode is offensive, so what we're trying to do is push the enemy back. We're the attackers, they're the defenders. And if you don't know what an OP is, an OP allows your squad to spawn on there, only your squad. So think of like if you know, Arma, whenever we do radio backpacks, this is our radio backpack right there, is an OP. Now, I did like whenever you shot people, they made noises. And one thing I didn't really like was how loud the OPs are. You can start to hear it already right here. So you hear the American voices, that's their OP. And I felt like I could hear that 40, 50 meters away. I feel like that needs to be turned down. Like, I know it's the jungle, there's foliage, but I did notice like the garrisons and the OPs and even the tunnels are kind of loud, like around the map, like ambient. Now with our team taking the first objective, I wanted to get up into the next zone and get a tunnel up like right away, so anyone dying and spawning on the garrison could fast travel to this tunnel. Now after connecting it, I wanted to get up this mountain, and believe it or not, you could actually climb the mountains and the terrain pretty decent. After getting across that section of the mountain, I want to get an OP up for my squad so they can start spawning and not having to worry about fast travel into the tunnel. And I'm going to continue to flank. Well, the life of a squad leader isn't always glorious. This is pretty much what you're doing half the time. And if you hear in the background, there is a tank kind of rumbling close to this objective. And now I'm trying to set up another tunnel for the team, but I'm on a cooldown, and I got to get to the right position and the right grid. Talk about the ping and the melee. See how I keep meleeing and pulling my knife out? For whatever reason, I could not get my keybinds to work after I changed them, and they always stayed default. So I thought changing the melee key to, a certain button would allow me to, hold my middle mouse click and drag and do the little ping, and it didn't work still. Go home, GI, go home! Now, the cooldown on the tunnels for me to place them was, I think it's like 600 seconds or something like that. And every squad leader can place a tunnel. You get like 15 tunnel connections. And I noticed it was only me and the commander doing it, or me and one other squad leader, throwing them up. So, obviously it's the beta, it's new, but I feel like once this game like develops and gets like that core group, just the tunnel networking that's gonna like come into play is gonna be insane. I just honestly I prefer the tunnels over helicopters. Now, obviously, we didn't have a lot of garrisons up, so I'm continuously trying to, connect what connection we have to new tunnels. I did notice garrisons just were like, I don't know. I don't know if the commander can drop supplies or how that works, or if we have to move them by transport only. But I did notice garrisons was like really hard to come by. Well, while we're traveling, I guess it'd be a good time to shout out Shanman1224 for joining the Discord and boosting it. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Garrison done got it back.
Cool.
I really do feel like the foundation is here to have a really good Hell Let Loose game. And of course, you know, Vietnam, the World War II version of Hell Let Loose is very fun to play. I have several hundred hours on it. If you played the beta, let me know your experience, what you think. I'm kind of excited. I feel like this is gonna be something that's really fun with your friends, and especially run through the woods screaming "GI Go Home" is gonna be really fun. One thing I disagree with Hell Let Loose a lot is I hate that you can't communicate with the enemy. You can't, you know, you guys can't scream at each other, talk. You can't ambush them by their voices. I really wish that's something that they would add in both games, where you could, you know, hear the enemy, talk with the enemy. Of course, I'm not a developer. I don't know how hard that would be. But if it was a feature, I would probably main this game. I'm going to say I would main it, but I would make tons of videos on this game if I could, you know, interact with the enemy. Like always, I appreciate you guys. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I play a lot of Armor Forger. Most of the content you'll find on this channel is going to be FPS. And I plan on transitioning my second channel that you'll find at the bottom of the YouTube channel to, probably just a catch-all, start playing some, party games with friends and just stuff like that. We'll go over there. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
They lie to you, GI. You know you cannot win this war. Your rich leaders grow richer while you die in the swamp, GI. They will give you a medal, GI, but only after you are dead. Your government lies to you every day, poor soldier. You have lost this war, GI. Your army will leave you behind. Imperialists make you fight this war, GI. They do not care about you. GI, your government has betrayed you. You will not return for you.